At the Playworks, we focus on creating not just playgrounds, but recreational spaces, areas that let children play in all kinds of ways. We know kids love to climb, but they also love outdoor art activities, storytelling, and imaginative pieces. Our beautiful carvings are created by a local Brisbane artist, and all pieces are made using local Australian hardwood. With over 30 years experience, our design skills and attention to detail means that each playground we create is unique and just right for you. Please contact us at the Playworks for further information.
Brendan, I believe you've only been here for 3 years, but the whole project's been going for somewhere near 20?
That's correct, Paul. The history of the place is it was established in 1999 by an American billionaire philanthropist called Chuck Feeney. He had a close relationship with the late but the great Ron Clark, and they decided to build a one-stop shop facility on the Gold Coast that was equivalent to anywhere else in the world when it came to assisting elite athletes. So built in 1999. Most of the European and the American athletes before the 2000 Sydney Olympics came here and trained, and they said it was a fantastic hard track, before the games. Ron continued on with the facility, then left to become Lord Mayor of the Gold Coast. The facility then in 2010, Chuck and Ron had a falling out of ways, and so Chuck sold it to the Queensland government. And so the Queensland government bought the facility for an estimated 18 to 20 million. Right, he then gave all of that money to the Mater Hospital. Chuck has made nearly $350 million worth of donations to Queensland facilities in sport, health and wellbeing. So the government bought it in 2010, so we are now owned by the Department of Education and Training. And I came into it in 2013, where the facility was starting to look a little bit run down. And so there's been a lot of work done in the last 3 years. We've been able to generate $5 million worth of money to build a brand new state-of-the-art, internationally accredited, track and field stadium, and a brand new, internationally accredited by the Federation of International hockey pitch, which really we took hold of about 3 weeks ago. Well, the inspiration behind the hockey pitch was that the funding has come from the Department of Small Business, Major Events and the Commonwealth Games, and they needed another training facility for the Commonwealth Games in 2018. So we now have become an accredited hockey training facility for the Commonwealth Games, along with, we have 2 beach volleyball courts, we have a 50-metre outdoor pool, so 3 lanes of that pool are going to the Commonwealth Games, and we have a 20-metre heated indoor pool. 3 lanes of that pool are going to the Commonwealth Games along with our track and field facility.
Now, it was mentioned earlier that this place from the outside looks very much like an institute of sport and possibly not open to the public, but that's not correct, is it?
No, that's not correct. We have 2,500 members of the gymnasium and facilities. We run, yoga, we run Pilates, we run stretching, we run boxing classes, we run deep water classes. We have a gymnasium that's open from 5:30 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. Then we are owned by the Education Department. We have 10,000 school kids from throughout Queensland come through for leadership programs, for sports programs. We have groups from Southeast Asia. We have groups from China that are coming through regularly using the facility. And I think the beauty that we have here, Paul, is the climate is fantastic, obviously. And obviously we consider ourselves a one-stop shop because we also have 300 beds. So we have 300 beds where people can be accommodated, and we have a food and beverage facility where obviously people can eat 3 meals a day. So, we have it all here. And, between now and the Commonwealth Games and right at the very moment, we have a lot of Paralympic athletes and Olympic athletes preparing for Rio, doing their final little hit-outs here. We have athletes from Canberra where it's minus. We have athletes from Melbourne where it's raining and minus. And so they've all moved here for their last 2 weeks before the Games. So before Rio, a lot of the groups are coming here. I think the legacy of Rio will be, and in particular with the 2018 Commonwealth Games here, we'll have a lot of people train here over the next 2 years. And then moving on forward to 2020, the next Olympics is in Japan, which is a hop, step and a jump away from here. And we're getting a lot of interest for groups internationally already wanting to book in here. We're taking bookings already for 2019, that want to train here prior to Japan. So it's an exciting time for, for the facility. It's an exciting time for us, as staff, and it's an exciting time for Queensland.
So let's put it out there one more time. Any hockey player, any hockey club around Australia watching this and thinking to themselves, a nice place to go for a week with the team might be the Gold Coast. They can book the turf, they can book accommodation.
You can book the facility through us if people want to come in for a week. We can accommodate people, we can feed people, we can give people ice baths, we can give people massages, we can put people in the gym, we can give them stretching, they can sleep here, right? They can eat here, and they're going to get up in the middle of winter or a winter afternoon where it's going to be 20+ degrees. So it's the ideal spot. The hockey facility has received a global accreditation from the Federation of International Hockey, which is the second highest accreditation in the world. So there are, according to the CEO of Hockey Australia, Cam Vale, who was here yesterday, there are only a few of those accreditations in Australia. And so we're really proud of the Polytan Polygrass pitch, which is the same pitch as Rio and the same pitch for the Commonwealth Games. So we are open for business.
What are your goals here? What do you hope to achieve for the future?
I think there's two aspects to that. The legacy of the Commonwealth Games will create a lot of sports interest on the Gold Coast, number one. We are committed to assisting the community. As I said, our numbers are massive between our gymnasium and our 2 pools. But I think also we play a role in the development of developing Queensland athletes. For instance, developing Queensland hockey athletes to get into the junior state, junior national, then international teams. So I'm very, being a former Olympian myself, I'm very passionate about assisting Queensland athletes first, and secondly, assisting Australian athletes to reach those goals for the future. I think post 2018, people now will recognise the facilities we have, and I think that's going to generate a lot of interest locally, a lot of interest nationally and internationally.
At the Playworks, we focus on creating not just playgrounds, but recreational spaces, areas that let children play in all kinds of ways. We know kids love to climb, but they also love outdoor art activities, storytelling, and imaginative pieces. Our beautiful carvings are created by a local Brisbane artist, and all pieces are made using local Australian hardwood. With over 30 years experience, our design skills and attention to detail means that each playground we create is unique and just right for you. Please contact us at the Playworks for further information.